Hello, you guys. Happy Sunday. Welcome back to another short Sunday episode of the Ready to Rise podcast. I'm so freaking excited you're here because I have a message that I think is about to hit real hard. I want to talk today about societal expectations and the standard of, living our life for this list, this checkbox list, and not living for ourselves. And so I want to say, for me, a lot of you guys know this story already, but I'm going to share the short version because I want to drive the point home that if you are in the middle of starting your journey where you're learning to live for yourself rather than for everybody else, I just want you to know that I am freaking rooting for you and that it's going to be okay and it's going to happen. So, probably at about the age of 26, I remember suddenly just kind of realizing, like, hold on, wait a minute. I've been living chasing dreams, doing everything for everybody else and for this societal standard, this checklist, the checklist that says you have to have two kids by this age and you have to have a white picket fence and you have to marry your high school sweetheart and you have to, meet the guy and date and do this and do that and all of these things and the kind of career and all of this. And I remember finally by about the age of 26, finally waking up and realizing that is like not true. That is not the way that we were ever meant to live. Because you know what it's going to lead to? It's going to lead to pure exhaustion. It is going to make us so tired because we're chasing all of the things that we think are supposed to matter to us, but they really don't matter to us because they're not actually meant for us to live that way, right? And I just want to mention, if you are in the middle of that part of your journey where you're, just starting to kind of learn that you can live life for yourself and you feel a little bit behind, or maybe you feel a little bit like, is this ever going to happen for me? I promise you it will. Because finally, between the ages of about 30 to 32, is when I actually started living life with that kind of intention, where I started living life knowing that this is my life and I get to do it how I want to. I don't have to follow all of the societal standards. So, for example, I want to mention, my journey with health and with just becoming my best self. Literally my entire life. And I know most of you listening can feel me on this because this is just how we are treated as women. Most of my life was spent with me being on a quote unquote health journey because I was overweight, or I am overweight. And it was just obvious. I mean, it wasn't even something that was spoken about in my family or my extended family or even in friend circles. It wasn't something that was like stated out loud, but it was just a freaking known fact that she's overweight, she needs to lose weight, she needs to be better, she needs to be like this. It was just like what is the word I'm looking for? It was just like a what is it? It's like when you don't say it out loud, but anyways, it was just like a known thing subtly, that it was like I'm sure she's on a diet. Oh, she can't wear certain things. Oh, she shouldn't act a certain way. She's unworthy. Oh, does she have a boyfriend? Of course she doesn't have a boyfriend. Like certain questions or certain things were not even asked of me or even brought up of me due to my life and due to, my weight. And now it's so interesting because forever, up until that age range, up until, my late 20s, I lived my life for those unspoken societal expectations. There we go. I lived my life for everybody else. I lived my life for the box that they put me in. I absolutely, I remember at like 13 years old drinking like Slim Fast, being like, because that was expected of me. It was an unspoken expectation of me to be a certain way due to whatever, due to myself, due to who I was or whatever, right? My presentation. And here's the thing. Now that I've made that realization that I'm not living my life for others, I'm not living my life due to the unspoken expectations or the societal standards or any of that. Now that I've done that, I'm realizing I get to have a journey for myself. And so now my journey, gosh, my nose is so itchy, excuse me. My journey towards living as my best self now, it embodies me and what I want and what feels good for me. I'm not working out so that I can like be a certain size because that's what society is going to expect or accept me as. I'm working out because I want to feel freaking good and I want to feel strong and powerful. I'm not eating healthy or eating a certain way so that, I can again lose weight and be what society wants of me. No, no, no. I'm eating a certain way because if I eat too much gluten or if I eat dairy at all, I don't feel good. I feel sluggish, I feel gross, I feel bloated, and I don't like that feeling. So here's like now it's like flipping the script and changing everything around because I do not want to live my life for everyone else and wake up on, when I'm aged and when I'm in my 80s and 90s and wake up and just not know who the heck I was for my entire life and not even know like what I was like as a person or what I could have been like or what lit me up and what made me happy because that whole entire time I was living for other people. And I do not want to wake up one day and feel like that and feel like I didn't live my life for myself. Yeah. I was just looking at my notes on this because I just was like so fired up this morning. This is so annoying that I'm